Hello from a very dishevelled looking mum who has just been to her baby's 8-week appointment. So she has just had her first lot of vaccinations and we are currently sat having some soup and watching Moana, waiting for Daddy to come home so I can go off for a massage. The timing couldn't have been worse with her having her jabs today. But with me not having a car at the minute, it's really hard to actually get any appointments in for myself. That is going to be changing at the weekend, which is amazing. So you can expect to see so much more content from me and from little Miss Eleanor. I haven't actually introduced her properly yet, obviously. You might have seen my little birth vlog that I put up. To be honest, I wanted to film more than that of the birth. However, now going through birth, that is not the first thing on your mind unless you have a what do you call them, professional videographer or whatever to follow you around during labour and such. But yeah, I've already started rambling, so hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Isabel. This is my 8-week-old little girl, Eleanor Ray, and we are just chilling out. We are learning each other. I am enjoying every second of motherhood so far. I have, touch wood, I can't touch it because my hands are full, had the most perfect experience of becoming a mum for the first time. She is a dream. The only really hard part of our journey so far was when she was first born. She was really jaundiced and we had to go to and from the hospital to have blood tests and things like that. Luckily, she was never actually put under the lamp. And because she was breastfed, it was just taking her a little while to flush the jaundice out. But other than that, she has been perfect. I'm just so in love with her. Yeah, she is just absolutely amazing. And being a mum has really, I feel like I've really found my purpose in being a mum. And every stage I'm just absolutely loving. She's just started to smile, so that is just the most amazing feeling in the world when you know that they recognise you. So yeah, welcome back everyone. My goal with my channel is to just share as much mum life and home content, travel content, cleaning, everything to do with being a girly in her 20s basically, that is just navigating motherhood and owning a home and everything that comes in between that basically. So yeah, I'm really excited to be back on YouTube. I feel like I've not been on here for ages and I can't lie, being at home with a baby all day can be very lonely some days. So I feel like YouTube is really going to help me fill my days and get back in touch with you guys, and I'm really just looking forward to it. I feel like that first couple of weeks when you've just had a baby, your brain is so foggy. I just couldn't make any decisions on anything, and it took me a good 8 weeks to kind of start to feel back to my normal self. So I am really looking forward to getting back into YouTube, as I say, to have a little hobby. I have gone back to work. If you don't know, I'm actually a nail technician and an eyelash technician as well, and I'm just doing a few days a week, sometimes only one day a week. So yeah, a lot of my time is spent in the house, and I just thought what better way to document Eleanor growing up and just the memories we make as a family. I've always really wanted to be able to look back on everything we've done, and there's so many holidays that we've been on and things like that I just think, God, I wish I had like more than just pictures. Wish I had videos and something to actually watch back and show her for when like our life was before her. So I really regret that because I just didn't have the confidence to. So I'm really going to push myself now and try and produce some amazing content for you guys and just, yeah, follow along our little journey of life really. So that is kind of a little bit of a catch up of like what's happened since Eleanor was born. Yeah, so I'm gonna head out for my massage soon. Luckily, she has been amazing. Since she had her injections this morning, she's just ate and slept. She hasn't been grizzly. We did give her a little bit of Calpol, so I think that's obviously maybe helping. But yeah, I am off for my massage at 4 p.m. and I'm also wanting to really get back into my health and wellness, which I'll speak to you about in another clip, because I feel like my arm is about to fall off. So yeah, I will take you along to my massage, and I'm really looking forward to it. My shoulders, since breastfeeding, have been so tight and sore. In fact, my whole back is just written off basically. So yeah, I definitely need this massage. So I've just arrived at my massage and I've got like 5 minutes before I need to go in. So I just thought I would carry on a little bit of what I was saying a minute ago. So do you know what? No one actually prepares you for how different you feel about your, well, for me personally, like feel about your body postpartum. So before I fell pregnant, I was actually at the lowest weight I'd ever been, and I felt like on top of the world. I have always struggled with my weight. I've always been one of these people that just can't just eat what they want to eat. Just does not work for me. And I'd got to such a good place, and I had done that like in preparation for pregnancy, and up until like 16 weeks in pregnancy I was like walking, doing my Pilates, and then I don't know what happened, but it just kind of slipped. Like I was still working. I had Ella on the Sunday, and I actually worked up till the Wednesday beforehand, so I worked all the way through pregnancy. And I think maybe because I was so tired with working, I just let like my eating slip, my exercising slip. And long story short, I've just put on a lot of weight during pregnancy. And I'm basically kind of back to the drawing board again. So I feel like torn in this sense of like, I really want to get back to where I was, because I just feel like I need that structure back in my life. But I also feel like I need to embrace and acknowledge the fact that I've just had a baby, and you know, your whole body changes, your organs move around, your heart pumps so much more blood, and all of those things, and along with that comes like the struggle of what to wear. So I'm breastfeeding, and that's hard in itself to find things to wear like when you're out and about. Ella does actually take a bottle as well, so James can feed her, so I can kind of get around that. But just like, I really just need to refine myself, like refine my style, refine what I like think looks good on me, refine what colours look good on me. So I feel like I want to do a little bit of a series on that as well, on just like finding myself again postpartum. But definitely with that comes some self-care. So I'm going to head into my massage now, and then I'm going to go home and we're going to go on a lovely walk with the dog and the baby. Hi everyone, so it is a new day now. I finally have my car back, so I thought today we would go for a lovely mooch around the shops. I think I'm going to go to Matalan, Dunelms, maybe pop into Sainsbury's and just see what is new in like the homeware and the baby stuff now. We've actually booked a holiday to Menorca for September, so I'm going to see if I can pick Ella up any little bits. But yeah, I thought I'd take you with me and show you what is in the shops at the minute. I also just dropped off James a muffin because I had a free birthday treat, and then I picked myself up a white hot chocolate with coconut milk. It's my new favourite drink at the minute. It's really like bizarre, like I suppose it's a very strange order, but honestly if you like coconut milk then definitely try it. This bag for holiday, like a beach bag, that's so nice. These shorts are so nice as well. They've got some really gorgeous dresses in at the minute, honestly. That one is so nice. Do not sleep on Matalan because, yeah, they just have some really nice bits. I always find that. This one's really cute as well. Just like so nice for holiday. Or just in the garden in the summer. I also really like Matalan's 3/4 zip long sleeve tops like this. They're so light. I've got them in loads of different colours. They're like £12.50, but they're basically just like the Nike and the Under Armour ones. So you can save yourself some money with them. They've got some really nice canvas tote bags as well. One in navy, one in like a mocha colour, and they are just so chic, I think, like just to throw over your shoulder. How much are these? They're £10 as well. I think that's really, really good. And then also I'm loving their bag section at the minute. Like this one is so nice, just to throw over your shoulder. You can have it as a crossbody or you can hold it. They have some really nice holiday jewellery as well. Like these are so nice. I love these. I actually have a pair of these, and they're really good for wide feet if you've got wide feet. And I've just spotted these, and I think they are so nice and chic. They're definitely a bit of me, and they are £10 as well, actually. I think they would just go with everything in the summer. And then how nice are these? I just think they look so much more expensive than Matalan. You've got that one, and then you've also got the tote bag as well. I just think they're beautiful. Like, I honestly think that should be way more than £20. It also has like the body strap as well, and quite a lot of room in there, I would say, to be fair. Oh my god, they're actually down to £10. That would actually be silly to not get that. I think that might have to come home with me. They've also got a really nice like selection of little hats, and I just think they're so reasonably priced. Love those. And like just little clutch bags to take out, like, just because you don't need much, do you, when you're on holiday and you're going to like an all-inclusive, or you're just going down to dinner. Yeah, I think they've got some really nice bits in here. Oh, these are nice as well. These little sandals here. We've got a very strong strawberry theme going on this time that I'm in, and also coastal as well. I do like that farmers market little those. They've got quite a lot of things on 20% off as well, which is sweet. Oh, and we've also got peaches as well. None of this is really my cup of tea, to be honest, but yeah, definitely heavy on the old fruit section at the minute. Loads of storage as well. I don't think any of that's really new in, to be fair. Oh, I do really like that mug there. That is huge. I guess it's more of like a soup mug, to be fair. That's really cute if you've got kids or for like a picnic. Oh, these are nice. How beautiful are these little plates? They're so nice. And that is a really nice mug. And I love these little pinch bowls. I've got them actually. I really like them. Oh my goodness. I'm just so in love with all of their little bits. They do the nicest stuff in here. Ella's actually got these little vests. They are so cute, and they are 20% off. So I don't know if they're having a bit of an event on the babies things. I love that little lightweight set as well. That's so nice. These baby grows are so cute. Oh, how cute are those little lemon vests as well? So nice. And they're £6, is that right? 20% off? I don't know. I'm really bad at math. I also have loads of these cute packs of little bodysuits as well, in loads of different designs. I really like just like the plain ones, because then I feel like you can put them under anything really. I love the boys stuff as well in here. I think boys stuff is really hard to find. But yeah, I love all of those little bits there. They're so nice. Oh my goodness, these are so cute. It's got the little bloomers underneath, and I love this one. Oh my goodness, I am obsessed with this. How nice is that with the little Peter Pan collar? So nice. How much is that? £12.50. Oh, I cannot wait to take her on holiday, guys. I just cannot wait to make those first family memories. I just think it's going to be so nice. And they also have some really nice green stuff, which I suppose is unisex, but I would more so pick for a boy. That is so cute. I might have to get my little nephew something like that soon. They do some really nice muslins in here as well. And then they also just have the packs of vests, long sleeves, short sleeves. So yeah, I really like it in here for clothes. Ella's actually starting swimming lessons soon, and I just saw that and I was so gutted. They've only got 0 to 3, which is just not going to last her, so there's like no point. And all they have after that is like 9 to 12, 12 to 18, but I'm sorry, that is so cute. And I like the ones with long sleeves as well. I think for holiday I'm going to try and get her more ones like this so that she's more covered up, but just for swimming lessons, I feel like that is just so stinking cute. I've got some really lovely swimwear in as well. Like, I really like this one with the gold hoops. I feel like I'm going to be a swimming cosy girl for a little while now. And they just have some really like on trend pieces. Like, I love that print there on the bikini, and the one with the little shells as well. That one's really sweet. And I also think these blue ones are really nice. They have like a bikini, swimming costume, and then like a tankini top as well. But that just looks like it would be so nice and flattering. And then I love navy swimming costumes. I think they look really classy. I think that one's so nice. It's got these little shells as well. I'm not sure how that one ties up, but I still really like it nevertheless. Also not for me right now, but I love anything that is whip stitch. I just think that's the bottoms as well. I just love things like that. So we've had a little bit of a change of plan. I came home because my phone was on like 20% battery. So I was worried that I would like get halfway round somewhere and my phone would run out of battery. So we ended up, yeah, popping home just to let the dog out as well, because I always get so conscious about leaving him, even though he's perfectly fine. Because I've not really been anywhere for like the last 9 weeks. I just feel like even though he's gone back to a puppy again, that like just needs to like be able to be let out all the time, even though he doesn't. I'm just always like that with the animals though. I always feel like, oh, I need to get back to them. So we are gonna try again another day, because Ella, she's 9 weeks old, and I've literally just been on an actual Google witch hunt, looking at information about this, but she doesn't have any kind of routine at the minute. The only routine that is pretty predictable is the time that she wakes up in the night, which is between 2 and 4, and then she will wake up about, so if she wakes up at 2, she'll then wake up at about 4:30. If she wakes up at 3, she'll wake up at like 6, and if she wakes up at 4 in the morning, she'll wake up at like 7. So the only kind of thing that's predictable is I know that really I'm only going to be up with her once in the night, because 5 o'clock I don't really count as the night, to be fair. So that's really the only predictable thing in her routine. And my boyfriend gives her, her dad gives her a bottle of my express milk in the evening, so he can have that like little bit of bonding time with her. So yeah, to say routine or anything like that would be a complete exaggeration. So I'm just finding this week that she's been really, really sleepy, and I don't want to like disturb that by keep coming in and out of the house. I was worried that she was sleeping too much, but I think she's going through like a little bit of a growth spurt, so it's a bit normal for her to be asleep a lot of the time. And I think she's just going to be one of these babies that has quite high sleep needs. So yeah, we're just really going with the flow. If there's any mums watching this video, please let me know like what your newborn was like. Can I even call her a newborn anymore because she's 9 weeks old? It just feels weird though just to say baby. What your baby was like at 9 weeks old. Did you have any kind of routine? I feel like all the information I've seen online is that it's totally normal to not have a routine up until like 3-4 months old, especially around sleep and stuff. So I just kind of take every day as it comes with her. She definitely is awake more some days than others, but I still feel like there are some days like today where she will eat, I'll change her, she'll wake up, I'll change her, have her milk, and then she just wants to go straight back to sleep again. And I'm not even talking like naps, I'm talking like long stretches of sleep. So I feel like that's probably a growth spurt that she's going through. But yeah, so I decided to kind of not go back out because it's now 5 o'clock. So I'm worried that the witching hour, which she does tend to have like a little bit of a fussy period between 6 and 9, is upon us. So I didn't want to take her out again. I'm just kind of being led by her really. It's my first baby, so I don't really have a clue what I'm doing. So any tips, if you have any, then do leave them down below. But yeah, we're just kind of going with the flow. So I decided to not go out again today, but I would definitely maybe try and head out again on Thursday. I'm actually at work tomorrow, so my dad's gonna have her, so that'll be lovely, and I'm gonna get a chance to sort out my nails and my toes because I have not touched them since before I had Ella, and they are, when I tell you my toes, they are the most disgusting they've ever looked in my whole entire life. I've got picked off gel polish, I've stubbed my toe a million times on her next to me upstairs in the night. So I've got like a broken toenail on one foot. Yeah, they're just not looking the best. And then the same with my nails on my hands, like because of, I guess, like the pregnancy hormone, not the pregnancy hormones, but the postpartum hormones, my nails are like really strong and they're growing really quickly, but they're so brittle. So if I like whack them on something, which you do so often when you're just in day-to-day life, you're so busy with your hands that they keep snapping. So I need to get some builder gel on my fingers and some gel polish on my toes, and I feel like it's just one little thing I can do for me tomorrow just to make me feel that little bit better. As I mentioned previously as well, I feel like I just need to start doing a few little things to make me feel like me again. I'm just so torn between like wanting to completely cull my wardrobe and put it on vintage. So yeah, I'm torn between just selling everything, like putting as many clothes as I can on vintage and finding like my new style and purchasing some new clothes now, or waiting until I've lost a little bit of the weight, the baby weight, and then doing it then. I feel like there's like no right or wrong answer to it really, but yeah, I just desperately want to start feeling good again in clothes, but then I also don't want to waste my money buying loads of clothes that aren't going to be fit for purpose when I lose this baby weight, which I absolutely want to do. And I feel like I want to be the best version of myself for her, and I feel like that includes feeling mentally good about myself, and I do believe that that is tied to how I look, which I know it shouldn't be, and it's something I need to work on. But I also do love exercise, and like I think I said before in a previous clip, before I had Ella, like when I was trying to get, well, not when I was trying to get pregnant, but when I knew before we were going to try, I thought if I can get in the best shape I can, then the chances of carrying a healthy pregnancy and conceiving quickly would kind of coincide. So I definitely want to get back to that. So yeah, just in a bit of a 2 and 8 about what to do about the clothes situation basically. But I thought while we had some time, I would share my positive birthing story with you, because I had my dream birth basically with Eleanor, and I just thought it would be nice to share if anyone is looking to have a similar experience or is pregnant for the first time and wants to know as many different stories as possible. So yeah, I had a very unique birth in the way, and I think it's only about 5% of women that this happens to. My waters actually went before I went into labour. I am one of these people that if you've watched my finding out I was pregnant video, you'll know I really believe in manifestation, and Ella's due date was originally the 3rd of April. It then got moved to the 30th of March, and I always said I would love her to come on Mother's Day, which she actually ultimately did end up coming on, which was absolutely amazing. So I just had it in my head, and I kept telling everyone like she's going to come on Mother's Day, she's going to come on Mother's Day. But by the Friday, so the Friday before Mother's Day, there was absolutely no signs of her coming whatsoever, literally just like any other pregnant day. So I went to bed on the Friday night and didn't really think anything of it. I'd got to the point where I felt like I knew it was still going to happen, but I was kind of like, do you know what? It's so normal to go overdue with your first pregnancy that you need to not worry about it. You know, if she doesn't come, she'll come when she's ready. And I really did start to believe that. And I think the closer you get to delivering, all you want is, you know, a good delivery, a happy, healthy baby. So I thought, you know, like it would be lovely, but it's really not the end of the world. Saturday morning came around. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I just had this urge to just stand up out of bed. You know, when you kind of wake up and you just want to sit up like bolt upright as if you forgot something, or you're like, oh my god, did I turn the oven off last night or whatever. So I literally sat up in bed, got out of bed, and I had the biggest gush of waters that I honestly didn't know what to expect. But they went, and I just knew, like I knew that this was it then. And so this was on the Saturday morning. So I like woke James up. I was like, James, like my waters are breaking. And he was like the typical man, like, are you sure? And as he said that, another load went, and my pajama bottoms were literally just drenched at this point. TMI, but anything to do with birth is, you can't really get away from it. So I basically waddled to the toilet, put a pad on, and something I didn't realise is that your waters can literally keep going all day. They're meant to like leak all through the day. So like we kind of looked at each other and I was like, what do we do now? So I said, well, I guess I should probably ring triage. So I rang triage, and the man on the phone, he was really nice. He said to me, have you felt her move? Has her movements been normal? And I couldn't really answer him because I'd been asleep and I literally just woke up to stand up. So he said it's probably a good idea to come in and get monitored and just check that everything's okay. So off we went to the hospital, just like talking about how she was finally on her way in the car, and just like what to do, who do we talk, like do I text my mum yet, da 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 da. So we went in and everything was fine with her on the monitor. And then the lady who kind of said, yeah, we can go, one of the midwives, she was like, okay, so if nothing happens, are you happy for a 5 a.m. induction for tomorrow morning? And I was like, oh my God, like the I word. All this whole time I was pregnant, I was terrified of being induced. My mum was induced with my sister and she had the worst time. And anyone that I know has been induced has had nothing good to say about it, compared to cesareans, where I've heard really amazing stories about cesareans. So I was like, my eyes literally just popped out my head. I don't know why I didn't think that that would be a thing. I suppose I was just like so wrapped up in my own head that she was finally on her way. We went home and I actually sent James to work because I just did not need to be like pandered over. I just wanted to get on with the day and just see if she would make her way on her own. And now something that I also wasn't prepared for was that if your waters have broken, your labour can be a lot quicker, a lot more intense, because there's like no, and I mean like intense for you, like the person giving birth, because there is no amniotic fluid kind of surrounding the baby and giving them that cushioning. So all day I had nothing happen. I did so much. I texted my mum to come over, so we spent the day together. We went curb walking, went into town to get some raspberry leaf tea, which I'd not drunk any of previously to that day. I built her cot. I was just doing so much all day just to try and get her moving, and honestly before 6 o'clock in the evening I felt nothing. So it got to about 5 o'clock and my mum was like, Izzy, I think you need to rest now, because when she does decide to come, you're gonna have had no sleep since, you know, 5 a.m. Saturday morning, so you should probably start to rest. So I got on the sofa, just kind of started to wind down and rest for a little bit, and then my partner came home, James came home, and I'd actually ordered 6 dining room chairs and they'd turned up whilst we were at home that day. So off I got him to start building these dining room chairs, and before you know it I was in labour. I was bouncing on my ball and all of a sudden I just started having these tightenings, and timing them at first was really hard because you don't really know what you're looking for, and you also don't really know when they start and when they stop. And at the beginning I wasn't timing. I never had like dull period cramps. They were like full on kind of contractions from the get-go, but some were more intense than others. So I was finding I wasn't really counting the intense ones because I didn't realise that you could have a really intense one, then a mild one, then like a kind of like 80% one, then a 60% one. So I was kind of writing off the really mild ones as like nothing. But once I started to get into the flow of it, I started to realise that, you know, they were definitely coming. And I was using the Freya app because I did the Positive Birth Company course. So this whole time that I was pregnant, I had said I did want to go through my labour unmedicated. So at this point I put my tens machine on and I had a birth comb. that wasn't a proper birth comb, it's just a comb that I found out. But I just felt like I needed to squeeze and try and redirect the pain, redirect the mental load to somewhere else. So I laboured at home from about 6 p.m. until about 11 p.m. I just had my birth playlist on, and I kind of just went into my own zone. I didn't really say much or do much. I found laying down really uncomfortable. I laid down for one contraction and I had to get straight back up again. It was the most horrendous pain I'd ever been in through the whole thing. And I found like being on all fours, leaning over my ball, and also being stood up and having the birthing ball on my bed, leaning over that, to be the only way I could kind of deal with them, which is really strange because you'd think you'd want to be like laying down and resting, but I just found being up on my feet the most comfortable. So then I did dread the drive to hospital because we live about 20 minutes away from our hospital. So I know I could probably have a fair few contractions in that time, because I was obviously having enough contractions at that point to ring triage up, and they had told us to come in. But I actually found the car journey not too bad at all. At this point I'd put my headphones in, so I was completely in my own world, and I do think that made a massive difference. And then walking through the hospital, I didn't get in a wheelchair, I walked through the hospital because I just wanted to keep things moving as much as I could. But by this point they were really, really intense. But even though they were really intense, I was kind of gaslighting myself into thinking that, oh, the pains or the intensity is only going to get worse, so just not enjoy these ones, but just kind of ride the wave because it's going to get a hell of a lot worse. When in all reality, I think they kind of stayed that intensity the whole time until transition. So we had the nicest room in the delivery, well, it wasn't even a delivery suite, it was a birth centre, because I was such a low risk pregnancy. So yeah, our one is called the Water Lily Birth Centre, and there was like no one else there. It was such a quiet night. We had a room with a pool and a bed, and it was huge. I had a huge bathroom. It was just lovely. As soon as we got there, our midwife put the galaxy lighting on. She brought us in a speaker. She just made me feel so at home. Like, I will never forget her. And throughout the whole of my labour, she just let me do what I needed to do. So when I first went in, she was like, so what's your pain out of a 10? And I was like, maybe a 4. Again, because I was like trying to basically gaslight myself into thinking it was going to get worse. So I thought, I can't be at a 10 now. So she was like, okay. She said, I'll come back and check you in about 45 minutes. And after I'd had Eleanor, she had said to me at that point, she didn't think I was barely like a centimetre dilated, when in reality, when she came and checked me in about 45 minutes, I was actually nearly 5 centimetres dilated. And that was the only internal examination that I had the whole time. And at this point then they started to fill up the pool for me, and I was still just using my TENS machine and my birth comb, and just trying to really sink into the contractions and not try and pull away from them. So I could really feel the weight of her head at this point, and the pool just took so long to fill up. Honestly, it just took so long. I thought that pool is not going to be ready by the time I'm ready to push her out. So as that got filled up, I just kind of went back into my own zone, and I feel like it took about 45 minutes for that to get filled up. Even though in my head it took like 3 hours. But once the pool was finally filled, I got in, and at first I really didn't like it, and I feel like it was because my contractions kind of went up to like the next level in between waiting for it to fill up and getting in. So I was kind of like on this new level of intensity in a different environment to how I'd been coping so well previously, that I kind of freaked myself out a little bit. But once I kind of got comfy in there, I was okay. And it was at this point that I was getting really tired, and I was saying to my mum, I just don't know how much longer I can do this. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. So I've been up nearly 24 hours at this point. I'd got in the pool about 3 o'clock in the morning. And my mum said to me about having some gas and air. And I had obviously done everything unmedicated up until this point. But I just felt like, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to try that. I was so worried about it making me feel sick, because I hate being sick. But I got on so well with the gas and air. And essentially what was happening was I was having a contraction, but my brain was in a different place. Like, I could feel that I was in pain, but I almost didn't care about it, if that makes any sense. Like, it didn't make me feel drunk. It didn't make me feel anything like that. It just took my brain like to another place. Kind of like an out of body thing, I suppose. And then what would happen was, when the contraction came down, eased off, I literally just fell asleep. And it was just a cycle of that for another 3 hours, until I eventually gave birth to her at 6:16. So when I was going through transition, I did like cry out for an epidural. I was like, I need an epidural. And Emma, my midwife, and my mum were like, no, you don't. You're going through transition and it's too late now anyway. So you are doing this, and you are doing it on gas and air. They were like, you're doing so amazing. The worst part of it was that because my midwife was so interested in me, she had said to me, I'd been thinking in my head, like, I really feel like I need to push now. But what I was like, just that uncontrollable bearing down. But what I was doing was like trying to hold her in, because I'd like not been checked, or Emma hadn't said to me like, you know, yeah, you can push now or whatever. So after about 20 minutes of that, I said, oh, I just feel like I need to push, like I can't control it. And she was like, push then. And I was like, what? And she was like, if that's what you feel like you need to do, if that's what your body is doing uncontrollably, then you are there, like you are ready. So she said to me, I'm now going to go on my tea break. I really won't be long. I said, you can't leave me now. You can't leave me now. And she went, I won't be long. I'm literally just going to go and have a cup of tea and a sandwich or something, and I'll be back. So she was taken over by this lovely man I had that was on like a exchange. So he was from a different country. I can't remember where he was from, but he was so lovely. And I just started to push with my contractions, and that felt so much better. And I remember saying to him, I'm like, she's gonna come soon, where's Emma? He was like, don't worry, you've got plenty of time, Emma will be back. And I was like, she won't. I was like, I can feel that her head is like coming. And he was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, can you please check? So he checked for me, and all I then heard was, because I had a student midwife in there as well, do you want to just let Emma know that the baby is going to be here very, very soon? So when Emma came back, again, I was just kind of in and out of it in between contractions, but giving it my all, like, when I had one. She said to me, reach down, and you can, if you want to reach down, you'll be able to feel your baby's head. And that was the most magical feeling in the whole wide world, like knowing that she was still kind of in my tummy, but like I could feel her for the first time. Like, I will never forget that feeling, like the top of her head. It was just amazing. And I think really within like a couple of pushes her head was out. And then I think I kind of had about a 2-minute break before her body was delivered, and then she said, I'm going to pass her through. And I'll never forget though that when it was just her head that was delivered, my boyfriend, her dad, was like, oh my god, she's got the biggest lips, she looks so amazing. So yeah, she came out, and she passed her through my legs, and I literally chucked the gas and air like across the room. And and I was like back in the room immediately and just held her in my arms. She opened her eyes straight away and she was like reaching to my face, and it was just the best thing in the world, like just seeing her face for the first time, and she had her eyes open, and yeah, it was just amazing. It was such a positive first time experience, and I really do think I owe that to James, my mum and my midwife, for just being so calm and just helping me if I needed it. But honestly, I just felt like it was more of a mental game than anything else, just knowing that they are gonna come. But yeah, she was born £7 at 6:16 in the morning on Mother's Day, and it was just the best experience that I've ever been through in my whole entire life. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it's intense. It's so tiring. It's so exhausting, but they are worth every single second of that uncomfortableness. And yeah, obviously she was fine when she was born. She had like a really good APGAR score, and that first day in hospital we stayed. Are you okay, Minnie? Hey. That first night in hospital, me and James talk about all the time how magical it is. And originally we didn't want to stay overnight, but we basically got told we should because she had jaundice, so she was very sleepy and she wasn't breastfeeding properly. So we ended up on the ward, and there was no one else on our ward. It was honestly like the whole experience was a private healthcare experience for us, so I'm so blessed and grateful for that. And yeah, the rest is history. She's, like I say, 9 weeks old now, and we're just settling in. Yeah, I'm just so proud of myself, and I still can't believe I gave birth to this little angel girl. But it's now the next day. I'm still in the same jumper and leggings. Please don't judge me. One, it's pretty much one of the only things that fit me right now, leggings and a jumper. It's breastfeeding friendly, it's pump friendly, and it's literally the only thing I'm comfortable in right now. So please don't judge, I'm in the same outfit as yesterday. But I've just took Albie for a walk. I've been working this morning, and now I've got a quick window of opportunity to do my nails. They are literally disgusting. I have not done them since before I had Ella. But first I am going to have a sandwich. I'm just going to have a cheese and tomato roll, I think. I am trying to be a little bit better with my food, but we are at the end of everything. Our shopping is actually coming tonight, so I'm going to just have a cheese and tomato roll, and then I'm actually going to do a Move with Nicole workout before I do my hands and my toes. So she is here on YouTube, and she is the best Pilates instructor that I have found, hands down. And I can't remember if she still does because I've not checked yet, but she also used to do like a little timetable. If she doesn't, I think I'm going to try and find one to follow, but realistically I just have to try and get something in as and when I can. I think I'm going to do like a core workout, because obviously just having a baby, I feel like my core is like my weakest point at the minute. First I'm going to have my roll, and then I am going to I know I've literally just said I'm going to do a workout, but my client brought me some of her birthday cake that was made by this amazing baker around here, and it's red velvet, so I'm going to be good and half it with James. So I'm going to take in my cake and my cup of tea into the salon. I'm going to do my nails and toes, have just a couple of hours for me, and do my little workout, which I'll film for you. YouTube. Right, I'm going to do this 20-minute core and abs workout.
How you can progress as you continue to practice and get stronger and stronger. So let's begin.
bum. Like, I literally couldn't finish the class. I couldn't even do a roll up. It's actually crazy, like how much pregnancy takes a toll on your body, and kind of what it does to your abdominal area. So definitely something that I need to work on, but it did feel really good just to get back to doing some kind of physical activity and just doing, like, just learning and trying to get strong again. Right, I got my cake, my tea, my trusty Stanley, and I am going to well and truly sort these out. I think I'm going to use this builder gel because I just want something really soft and natural. Looks like this. I have no idea whether that's going to focus or not. And it's called Soft. So it's just like a really nice kind of barely there colour. So it's like perfect for a manicure. And you can kind of do like a cheating French with it, because if you've got like the white nail underneath, you can still see that come through, so it won't be like bright white, but it kind of saves me the job of doing like a whole French. This is the finished result. Like I said, it's just super sheer, so you can still see your actual nails through it. I mean, I've obviously done that one a little bit thicker, which is how I would have rather have done all of them, but I need to get back to my baby, so I literally just whacked it on as quickly as I could. Yeah, I've also done my toes as well, so yes, feeling a lot better and just giving them like that little bit of strength that they need. To be fair, they're in such sorry condition at the minute that this is the best that I could do. So once they grow a little bit and I can get them into like a proper shape and all the same, then I will be super pleased. But yeah, that is them for now. Good morning, everyone. Miss Ella has just woke up. It's about 8 o'clock now. We're just having a little bit of face-to-face time, and we are actually taking her swimming today, so that is so exciting. She is having her first lot of swimming lessons, and I am so excited to watch her. James is actually going to go in the pool with her because he's just a much more confident swimmer than me anyway. And it's just a lovely little like bonding activity for them. So I've got her little swimming costume ready. I'm so excited to watch her in the water, see how she loves the bath. So we'll see what she's like in the water. And yeah, we're just going to have a chilled day. We've got plenty to be getting on with. I've got a little bit of work to do today. But yeah, we're just going to have a nice little day. James is off all day, so I will see if I can film any clips of her in the pool with her dad. But yeah, she's really excited. I'm excited to go swimming. I'm excited to go swimming. Yeah, I am. that's going to be it for today's vlog. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Seeing Ella swimming was just amazing. Seeing all her little senses come alive and just taking in the world around her, it was amazing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.